everyone. I'm Kendria. I need you to go like, follow, and subscribe. Soul Productions.
What's up, everyone? And this is Next Level Thinking.
What's up, everyone? It's another episode of Next Level Thinking, where we always help you take it to the next level. It's your host, Chris Holmes, as always, but today I have a special guest by the name of
Glynis Albright.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and start hitting the ground running. Tell the audience just a little bit about yourself.
My name is Glynis Albright. I'm a nutritional therapist, and I create treats for people with different health challenges. Now I'm releasing a brand new product, Glynis's Kitchen, where I feature my waffle mix and all-purpose coating mix.
Oh, nice. Now, you said treat. So what kind of treat are we talking about?
We're talking about pound cakes, cookies, and little mini pies.
Oh, man, you're going to have us having a sweet tooth, things like that. So, when you talk about sweets, one thing that kind of comes to mind automatically is like grandma's cooking and things like that. So let's go into like the origins of everything. So what got your interest into cooking?
Well, since the age of 10, I would always be in the kitchen baking and cooking and all that sort of stuff. So cooking is just in my blood. I think being a native of New Orleans, Louisiana,
all right,
you can't help but love to cook, and bake and please people. It's been a passion of mine. I got into the culinary business, after being diagnosed with leukemia back in the early 90s. So I used all of my chemistry, biology, epidemiology, psychology, all my skills to put together a company called Just Sweet Enough. And that is the company that everyone knew me as being the little bear carrying the sweet treats. Now, those treats were just sweet enough, not too sweet,
but just right.
Enough. Yes, and the reason being is because I use fruits, vegetables, herbs, and spices as the core for creating my desserts. And my diet had to change, so I figured why not create a dessert line that would also help other people to heal.
Awesome.
So I got into the business.
Now, I want to dig a little bit more deeper into that. Now, you said you had to fight through leukemia, right?
Yes.
All right. So bring us to like the thought process of like you first find out and your first thoughts and then the next step, because I'm pretty sure we got a lot of people fighting that, go through that same battle, which will be very encouraging for them to know how you pretty much kind of process everything and battle against the adversity of facing this to push through.
Wow, let's see. When I was first diagnosed, of course it was a shock because I was the type of person who, worked out a lot. I felt that I ate well and tried to stay in shape. And to be given that sort of diagnosis, it was a hard blow. I had to go inward and just figure out, okay, what's next? At the time, my son was 4 years old and my daughter was 12. So you look at those two kids and you go, okay, I cannot leave this earth. They need me. So it was up to me to change my mindset from this is a death sentence to I'm going to do whatever I can to make this body as healthy as I can, given the circumstances. I already knew that whatever procedures and therapies that I would have to go through, my body was going to change. Hair, skin, teeth, nails, weight, all that was going to change, and I would not have control over it. So I had to really, really, my faith was tested. I had to really come into myself and say, okay, what am I going to do next? At the time, my doctor was Dr. Joseph Aqua, and he's a naturopathic doctor. I decided to go that route. And he asked me a series of questions that really put me in check. And one was not giving up. Two, like I said, giving the doctors the best body that I can give them considering the circumstances. And also to radically change my life. And with that, it meant changing my diet, cleaning house. Cleaning house means literally cleaning up your house and then your house, you. All the so-called friends and family members that were leeching upon me or depending upon me for whatever, I had to get rid of all that. And all of my concentration had to be on healing. So there were a series of, phone calls and contacts that I had to do to let people know that I was not going to be available for them, that at that time, I had to be selfish and take care of me because I had not only my husband, but 2 children who were depending upon me. And my goal was to live. When it comes to life, whoo, you never realize how precious it is until it's slipping away from you. And I made the decision to fight tooth and nail because I wanted to be here. And I knew that there was a purpose for me. And my purpose was not finished. So I decided, once speaking to my doctor, and he gave me a list of things that I needed to do and what foods I should be eating that were good for me, that would not inflame the disease. Just something in me said, okay, you were going to UCLA to be a surgeon, but now your life has changed. Since all these different good foods are being so-called taken away from you, how about if you create a food line that would include those things, but done a different way? And one of the things that just about all the time is taken away from you when you're diagnosed with a life-threatening illness, sugar, all the fats and stuff that you like to eat, your fried foods, your cakes, your cookies, your pies, and all that kind of stuff. But I just thought, why not create a food line for people that are going through what I'm going through as well, who love those things, but make them in such a way that it would include all the stuff that they need to make their body strong. And that's how Just Sweet Enough was born. Between 1994 and 1996, I went through my toughest storm, and I was at home creating the Just Sweet Enough dessert line. And I went from cafe to coffee shop to bistro to restaurant, just in my suburban, going from place to place, trying to put my products in these various shops. And I had doors closed on me, no's, that sort of thing, but I never gave up. So that's when I decided to make it an online dessert company, and the rest is history. From then on, I created Cookie Dots, another company for people who've gone through gastric bypass surgery. I work with Dr. Malphobe. And then here we are, 2019. I have a new business, Glynis Products, which consists of comfort foods. And just in case you're wondering, well, wait a minute. First you were in the health conscious area, and now you're into comfort foods. And it was my family that shared with me, hey, Mom, why can't you do it all? If Martha Stewart, Emerald Lagasse, Rachel Ray, and all the rest of them can have a comfort food line and a health food line, why can't you? So I thought about it and I said, yeah, I'm going to do that. And one thing about my comfort food line, which consists of right now, the all-purpose coating mix, which used to be called the poultry coating mix, and the waffle mix, is based on my health history. There's still certain things that I will not put in my comfort food line. Like there's no preservatives, no additives, no artificial sweeteners. So those are things that I don't touch and I won't put in my product. And I think that's about it. I hope I answered your question.
That was actually an awesome answer. And there's a lot of learning lessons in everything that you said. The first thing I want to hit on is, it's like that wake-up call. One thing that's kind of funny about life is things happen, and I strongly believe it's for a reason, because when you get hit pretty hard about life, it forces something out of you to actually kind of build you or make you stronger to the person that you should become in the future. So this was a huge challenge for you, but it woke you up to appreciate not only just life, but made you aware that you need to take care of yourself. And you were going through the stages of, I'm pretty sure we all, just like you, we all have our friends and family, things like that, but we may be unaware that sometimes these people that can be draining us bit by bit, but we're not really paying attention. But when you're forced in a situation where you have to take care of yourself and your life is on the line, you become aware of a lot of these different things. And this is a big step into life. I definitely have to say that. So your statement is pretty much 110% on when it comes to this. And another thing is selfish. I know a lot, especially when I was grew up, and when you heard that word, you were kind of hesitant. You're like, I don't want to be that kind of person. I want to be the giver, which is great to give. But there's times where you have to be selfish to take care of yourself. And you knew that. And you had to take care of you, because it's like that analogy that I always like to look. Sometimes I see it on the internet. It's like when you are in the airplane, you know, the oxygen mask. Sometimes you got to put your mask on first before you help somebody else. Because if you're not there, you can't help the other person. So this is a time where you have to take care of yourself so that you can be set to help others. So there's so many different ways and so many learning lessons to everything that you just said.
That was one of my biggest challenges, because I've always been the administrator and the leader in my family. Although I'm the baby of the family, that was the role that was given to me and the role that I accepted. So when it came to my parents, God bless them, they're no longer with us. I handled just about everything, especially, you know, the business side and the monetary side. So people look to me for everything. And sometimes I would receive a call and I would say, "Did you call 911?" And they would go, "No, I called you first." And it was like, no, you can't call me first for everything. You know, I don't have all the answers. But it was a hard title to give up, to say, now I need to take care of me. And I need to just, like you said, be selfish and not selfless, because I want to live and there's some things that I need to do. So that was very hard for me to not answer the phone. Our daughter, Selena, had to grow up pretty fast. So she was the one who answered the phone, and she would let people know, my mom's not available and, she's resting right now, that kind of thing. Our 4-year-old at that time, Brandon, he didn't quite understand. He was wondering why mommy was changing, because my look did go through some changes. But later we explained to him, what was happening. But yeah, my biggest challenge was just learning how to say no. I did not know how to say no.
I just had like a whole speak about that not too long ago. And that is one of the toughest things, because we just want to take care of everyone. There's times you just got to say no. And it goes from like your situation, even when it comes to money and finances or other things. Sometimes you just got to be realistic and be like, I'm not able to do it. Sorry, no.
Right. I mean, even when my parents passed away and decisions had to be made about them, and I was the one, everyone looked at me to do everything, because I was doing everything. And a friend told me, now is the time for you to make the best decision for you. It may not be the decision that's going to make everybody happy, but it has to be the best decision for you. And wow, he said a mouthful when he said that, because bottom line, that's what it all turned out to be. I had to do what was best for me.
Mm-hmm. And it's never easy when you're in that situation where you have to make a decision. But one thing I will say, after you then make that decision, after you don't feel like, oh, this is a weight lifted off. I feel pretty.
Yeah, that's
you're like, oh, man.
Yeah. It was such a weight when I made the decision to do what was best for me, regardless of whether it was best for everybody else. Because before, you want to please everybody. You want to make sure this one is okay and that one's okay. And you can never please everybody. That too, I learned in business, that you can't please everybody. So even if you're going to start a business, you have to go into it targeting the demographics that you feel will purchase your product, not trying to hit every single, person on this earth because, for various reasons, someone's going to say, oh, well, I can't eat this and I can't eat that. Or I don't want this. I don't want that. So, can't please everybody.
I'm going to steal this from you. You just said a mouthful because I feel like that's something that everybody needs to take on right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because even in business or anything else, there's going to be people that like it and people that don't like it.
And people will like it or not like it for various reasons. So that's when I had to learn how to accept constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a difference between a hater just criticizing you and then constructive criticism. Constructive criticism can help to build you up. Mm-hmm. But someone who's saying, oh, well, I didn't like your peanut butter crunch cookies. And then I would ask, well, why didn't you like them? When they arrived, were they broken? Were they stale? Did the packaging come apart? That kind of thing. Oh, I just don't like peanut butter. Well, then you don't like anybody's peanut butter cookies. You see what I'm saying? Like, why'd you even write in? Why'd you call me?
You're like, that's not helping me.
Yeah, but if someone says, well, Glynis, when I got the package, all my cookies were broken. Oh, really? So now I'm saying, okay, so now with this particular cookie, because it's so fragile, I'm going to make sure that I put bubble wrap at the bottom and then tissue and then the cookies and then bubble wrap and more tissue on top so that when they get it, when UPS or USPS finish tossing it around, there's no way that it's going to be broken because it's sealed on all four sides. So, that helped me. If someone said something like that.
Yep, and that's all.
We can talk about so many things.
But that's all about life too. It's like, you do things, you get the constructive criticism and you get even better. I mean, just like Apple. I mean, this is the best example. Like, for example, Apple phones. It came out, they said the revolution and all that. But I guarantee you not everybody liked them. But the thing they said, it was like, why do you not like our device? Like, give us feedback. Like, is it too clunky? Is it too confusing? And they're taking all the information to kind of make the best and make a better product. And that's with anything.
Right. Yes. But when it came to all of my products, from Just Sweet Enough, Cookie Dots, my Doggy Cookie Dots, Mrs. Albright's Tea Cakes, the Glynis product line, with the waffle mix, the Cody mix, and then we're going to release the scratch mix and the caramel spice syrup. That's coming soon as well. I had to do one thing with everybody to make my product better than the next person, and that was to listen. I started asking my friends, what is it that you like in a waffle? And then they would tell me. And I'd listen. So now when I decided to come out with my waffle mix and my Cody mix, it was like, okay, I want to make sure that the waffle is light, that the waffle is crispy, that the waffle tastes good, that when I'm making it or when you're making it, the aroma just fills up the room where it makes everybody want to come into that.
Yeah, just that
fellowship place, the kitchen. Yeah, that kind of thing. So I actually created the whole Glynis product line, which is the waffle mix, the Cody mix, the scratch mix, the caramel spice syrup, the fruit syrup, the beignet mix that's going to come out later, the biscuit mix, during my sophomore year at UCLA.
Nice.
I grew up poor, and most students are poor.
But it's that grind to get you up.
There you go. And I worked at a store called Bullock's during the day after class, but then in the evenings during study sessions and stuff like that, or of course I've been with my husband, my boyfriend, since junior high school. So his friends would come over to my apartment. Once he became an established musician, they would come over to the house, and all they would ask for was, can you make me some of those waffles or pancakes or crepes? Because it was an easy thing. It would fill you up. It satisfied you, and it was delicious. And then you would accent it with, scrambled eggs, a little bit of turkey bacon or, some fried catfish or shrimp. So continued upon how much money we made during the week would determine what protein we had with the waffles or the pancakes or the crepes. So if it was a pretty good week, scrambled eggs and turkey bacon. If it was a great week, then it was fried catfish, and shrimp.
It's like are we eating?
It was all right, average week. Then we had fried chicken with it. But, it wasn't until way in the late 90s that I heard about Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in California, because we lived in California. So I didn't know there was a chicken and waffle craze until way back then. And it's still going on now. So I said, you know what? Let me jump on this bandwagon. I think I got something that will make the crowd say, our waffles are different than anybody else's waffles. No disrespect to anyone else, any of the other shops that are and restaurants that are all over the country. But I'm just saying, move over, make a little room for me. That's it. I'm not trying to knock anybody down. Make a little room for me, because Glynis's Chicken and Waffles is an experience.
Oh, nice. I feel like we can just end it out just right there. So with that said, though,
so I'm just so excited about all my products, really, and rebranding everything to go under Glynis's Kitchen was a great idea, because now you don't have to go to 4 different websites to find me. You know, if you want Glynis, then you can just go to GlynisKitchen.com, and Just Sweet Enough is there. The doggy treats are there. You know, the waffle mix, the Cody mix is there, and you'll see later the scratch mix will be there, the syrup. So everything about Glynis will be in one spot, including my nonprofit.
Nice and awesome.
Yes.
So with that said, let's leave the audience with a closing statement, and where can they find you at?
They can find me at GlynisKitchen.com. I'm on all the social medias. Desiree Benson takes very good care of me. They can write to me at InsideGlynisKitchen@gmail.com. And you can find me on social media under Glynis Albright or Inside Glynis Kitchen or Glynis Kitchen. So anywhere, just plug in all 3 and I'll pop up.
Awesome. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up another great episode of Next Level Thing. It's your host, as always, inspiring you and then bringing this awesome guest by the name of
Glynis Albright.
Peace and much love. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow all our social media so we can keep the motivation going. And by the way, you take it to the next level.
The way